Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump Derangement Syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic?
A few moments later.
Republican lawmakers in Minnesota want to, here in the state, add Trump Derangement Syndrome as an official mental illness.
The bill aims to change our state's definition of mental illness to include a form of criticism of the current president.
A few moments later.
This story is insane. Absolutely insane, John. It has to do with a Minnesota state senator. His name is Justin Iicorn, not Acorn, Iicorn. And he put out a bill essentially calling out individuals who don't like Trump, saying that they have Trump derangement syndrome. And literally the same day he put that bill out, he was caught allegedly soliciting a minor for behavior that an adult should not be engaging in with a minor ever. So
this Republican who wanted to make Trump derangement syndrome a medical condition was arrested for soliciting underage people to do inappropriate things. Let's talk about it. This is Justin Iicorn. He is a Republican in Minnesota, and he is a state senator. Here is one of his campaign videos.
Justin Iicorn is on our side, quickly responding to the pandemic and protecting frontline workers, helping businesses recover and getting us safely back to work, keeping our communities safe. Our families can count on Justin Iicorn.
Now, after winning his election and President Trump winning the national election, Justin believes that he can do something to help Trump's cause. Justin, with other Republicans, put forward a bill to make Trump derangement syndrome a legally recognized mental disorder.
Some Minnesota GOP lawmakers are looking to add to a state statute dealing with mental illness. Republican State Senator Steve Drazkowski of Mazeppa is among the bill's 5 authors. Tonight, we're digging deeper into what's called Trump Derangement Syndrome, or TDS for short. According to the language of the bill, Trump Derangement Syndrome means the acute onset of paranoia in otherwise normal persons that is in reaction to the policies and presidencies of President Donald J. Trump. It goes on to say symptoms of TDS may include Trump-induced general hysteria and can be characterized by verbal expressions of intense hostility toward the current president or overt acts of aggression and violence against anyone supporting Trump. The bill would amend the state's definition of mental illness to include TDS, or as an organic disorder of the brain that seriously limits a person's capacity to function in primary aspects of daily living, such as personal relations, living arrangements, work, and recreation.
Now, because Democrats are in the majority of the Minnesota State House, there is no way this bill was going to pass. And let's just be honest, this is more of a joke rather than serious legislation. Now, on March 17, 2025, he introduced the bill to the state legislature. But, and there's a big but here, that same day, police set up a sting, and this state senator went to meet up with an underage person, allegedly, for interesting purposes. Here's the news report.
Now, this is breaking news from the WCCO Live Desk on CBS News Minnesota.
I'm Maria Lizignoli with breaking news. Police in the Twin Cities say a Minnesota Republican state senator has been arrested for allegedly trying to solicit sex from a minor. Senator Justin Iicorn of Grand Rapids was arrested Monday in Bloomington as part of a solicitation sting. Bloomington police say detectives communicated with 40-year-old Iicorn, who thought he was talking to a 16-year-old girl. The detective arranged to meet Iicorn on the 8300 block of Normandale Avenue. Iicorn later arrived in a pickup truck, and he was arrested without incident, police say. Iicorn is in custody and will be transported to the Hennepin County Adult Detention Center. Felony charges of soliciting a person under 18 years old to practice prostitution are pending from the Hennepin County Attorney's Office.
Now, Minnesota's Republican Party came out with a statement condemning what they believed were really disgusting allegations.
And all new Minnesota Senate Republicans released a statement following Iicorn's arrest, saying in part, quote, We are shocked by these reports, and this alleged conduct demands an immediate resignation.
Now let me pause the video real quick because here's a quick word from our sponsor, FlexiSpot. All right, what's going on? I'm Nate the lawyer. Now, this chair right here, the one I'm pointing to, I got this bad boy off Amazon for about $135. Now, this chair totally sucks. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But I've been using it for about, a year or so? And I didn't know it sucked at the time. I just knew my back was hurting, it was uncomfortable at some points in time, but it did the job. It was essentially like sitting in a stool. But the C7 Max from FlexiSpot changed my life. Now, the way I got this chair is that I got a call from the good people at FlexiSpot, and they said, hey, we want to send you a chair, and if you like it, would you do an ad? They sent me the chair. Not only do I like it, but I love it. So now I get to do this ad. So what makes this chair so special? Well, here it is. All right, this chair has an adjustable backrest and adaptive lumbar support to fit your back perfectly. It also has a latex memory foam seat cushion, which is soft but supportive. It also has 3D adjustable headrests to tilt to your ideal position, a 5D adjustable armrest so you can move it in multiple positions, and adjustable seat depth. You get a 135-degree tilting backrest, an extendable footrest, and it's sturdy, durable, and premium built quality. Now, FlexiSpot is so confident you're gonna like the C7 Max. They give you a 30-day risk-free trial, so you can test it out, no commitment. They also give you a 10-year warranty for direct replacement or damaged parts. Now, for the best deal, use my exclusive discount code in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you're on a budget, check out the C5 chairs. The same great build, just fewer adjustments. Now, back to the video. But then it got even worse because the Trump Justice Department, along with the FBI, also charged him with federal crimes because he is allegedly soliciting underage people to do crazy things over the phone, and you got interstate commerce, so they charged him.
Now, this is breaking news from the WCCO Live Desk on CBS News Minnesota.
I'm Maria Lazagnoli with breaking news. State and federal charges have officially been filed against a GOP state senator accused of attempting to hire a 17-year-old for sex. 40-year-old Justin Iicorn of Grand Rapids is charged with prostitution, according to court records filed Wednesday in Hennepin County. Federally, acting U.S. Attorney Lisa D. Kirkpatrick has charged Iicorn via federal criminal complaint with attempted coercion and enticement of a minor. The charges allege he, quote, intentionally hired or offered or agreed to hire an individual who he believes to be under the age of 18 years, but at least 16 years of age, to engage in sexual penetration or sexual contact. According to police, Iicorn thought he was talking to a 17-year-old girl, but it was actually a detective. The ranking minority leader of the Environment, Climate, and Legacy Finance Committee is said to have arranged a meeting for prostitution on Normandale Boulevard on Monday, where he was then taken into custody. U.S. Attorney Kirkpatrick released a statement saying in part, quote, the U.S. Attorney's Office has no tolerance for public officials who violate federal laws, particularly those laws meant to protect children.
Now remember, guys, this is a hardcore Trump support and MAGA guy, but there are limits to political favor. And the Trump administration was like, no, if you're messing with children, you're gonna go to jail. And let's not forget, this state senator is married with 4 kids. So that also complicates the situation for him personally, because that's crazy. So his wife did the only sensible thing. She filed for divorce immediately.
So we've learned former state senator Justin Iicorn's wife has filed for divorce amid accusations he tried to solicit a minor for sex. Iicorn himself remains behind bars tonight after a judge ruled he will stay in jail until a hearing Wednesday morning.
Now, this was a sting operation where something like 13 other people got arrested. The cops just stood there, told these people to come to one spot, and they all came for sex and got arrested. So here is the police chief explaining what happened with Justin's case.
Next, Justin. I think everybody knows about Justin here, so I'm not going to get into that too much, other than to say that, as everybody knows right now, he is under federal prosecution. And I'm going to say one thing that Justin said that you might not know. The decoy had told him that they live with their aunt, and that their aunt was gone till next week. And then Justin had asked if he could have sex in his car. Well, because he asked that, and he came here trying to have sex with a child, You will notice a nice white Toyota outside with the Bloomington police logo on it because we're forfeiting his vehicle administratively because he wanted to come here and commit a felony.
Yeah, you heard that right. Because he wanted to commit the felony in his car, they were able to confiscate the car, and now the car is the property of the state.
Former Minnesota State Senator from Grand Rapids, who was arrested in a police sting operation, pleaded not guilty today to a federal charge of attempted enticement of a minor for prostitution. Justin Iicorn entered his plea in a brief appearance before Magistrate Judge Shannon Elkins. A grand jury had returned a felony indictment on Iicorn on April 1st. The charge carries a mandatory minimum sentence of 10 years. The judge granted Iicorn's request for more time for his attorneys to review the evidence, so a trial that had been scheduled for June 9th will be rescheduled.
Well, look, he's been staying in a halfway house in Duluth, so he arrived on his own today. We saw him dressed in a suit and hiking shoes. And really, if he walked away any quicker, he'd have been running. The former state senator from Grand Rapids, of course, was arrested as part of a broader sting operation by the Bloomington Police Department. Prosecutors say Iicorn thought he was texting with a 17-year-old girl who posed an online ad for sex, but it was actually a police officer on the other line.
So Justin Iicorn went from trying to make Trump derangement syndrome a recognized mental illness to being arrested for soliciting minors and facing what? A 10-year minimum sentence. Talk about madness. And the Trump administration and the state are both going after him for maximum effect. Talk about the irony of a story. But let me know how you feel in the comment section. And do you think 10 years is an appropriate sentence for this guy? He went to go meet the teen. He told her he wanted to have sex in the car. And when he went there, was a whole bunch of cops saying, "We're glad you came, but now you're under arrest." Don't forget, as always, like, share, subscribe, do all that great YouTube stuff. My name is Nate the Lawyer, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.